So migration experiences from Puerto Rico, both in the States and on the island. So first, we've said that Puerto Rico is a U.S. Commonwealth. This means that people from Puerto Rico they're not immigrants to our country. The term is actually internal migration because Puerto Ricans have not moved to the U.S. They've always lived in the U.S. They've moved to the mainland or the continental U.S. And this is obviously important to acknowledge these terms and utilize them when working with clients from Puerto Rico to avoid offending anyone. And so this Commonwealth status has created this kind of circular migration concept where people from Puerto Rico kind of come and go to the States and back to the island. And then it's kind of created this consciousness of ni de aquí, ni de allá, which means neither from here nor there. It can at times lead to a more of a biculturalism type of consciousness where they feel like they belong to both cultures, but oftentimes it leads to a marginalization where they feel like they do not belong in either culture. So another term that's really important to know when working with clients from Puerto Rico is La Isla. And this is a term, it means the island, but it's a term that is used in Puerto Rico to distinctly to mean the countryside. It's a distinction between the capital and broader metropolitan area and the rest of the island that exists beyond those limits. So the metro area is considered the economic and political center, and those from La Isla are often viewed as Latinx hillbillies and country bumpkins by those that live in the metro area. And this term kind of exemplifies the stark inequalities that exist on the island itself in cultural, political, and economic aspects. An example of this is that in the aftermath of the destruction of Hurricane Maria in 2017, there was a botched relief effort where the power was restored to most of the Metro San Juan area, while most of La Isla continued to have no power or frequent outages. Yet these people in this land seem forgotten as the relief efforts, declared mission accomplished, and it really kind of dismisses their struggle and truly their existence. So it's kind of a concept that's important to know. And then the next is the repeal of Law 936. When the Clinton administration decided to phase out this section of 936 of Operation Bootstrap, which was something that had provided Section 936 had provided tax relief to businesses in Puerto Rico. So following this, massive plant closures and job losses followed. Within 10 years, Puerto Rico had entered a Great Depression, and they've never really recovered from this. Puerto Rico's unemployment rate and rate of residents living below federal poverty level are at least double that of the continental US. And then both their annual income and their workplace participation are at a third of the continental US. Just so we're aware of the status of the country that these, people are migrating from.